Hi, everyone. Welcome to our monthly podcast with one of our channel affiliate sponsors for pets and for humans. And we have joining us one of the founders of Pet Club, the most talented Kristen Ludlow, and of course, Mr. Chris Eriks, one of the chief branding marketing officers for the company. Nobody does it better than him. And we're honored to have them both on today to talk about all health solutions for pets and humans alike, as they are interchangeable. If you're new to the podcast, please do like, subscribe, and share. It helps the channel grow and others to gain in the knowledge you've been afforded. As you know, Pet Club is a recent sponsor of the channel. I've been using the products now for the past 2-3 months and enjoying the success with them. They make some of the highest quality products for, again, pets and humans. It's a Christian company with over 12 years of experience. And they really do a lot of service for the community beyond the products themselves. So Kristen and Chris, welcome to the podcast. How are you both doing today?
Less than deserved. Thanks for having us.
Thanks for being here. Ladies first, go ahead.
I was just agreeing. Blessed beyond measure. Thank you so much for having us today.
Likewise, it's always a privilege. And we also want to give our thoughts and prayers to our friend Denise Boland, who put us together. She's going through some challenges right now, so we want to lift her up in prayer as well. So we don't want to be remiss on that. So since we last talked, just wanted to kind of, as we do on a monthly basis, circle back with you both. So Kristen, I'll start with you as one of the owners. What changes or new implementations do you see now that we're in the fall season coming ahead for the company?
Well, of course, with the fall season comes all the fun stuff, right? From going to church and being out in public, and the season's changing. That's when the allergens are all in the air, and the viruses and the bacterias and everything's all in the air. So now more than ever, we should be keeping our immune systems nice and supported the way God created it, so that our body can defend itself against all of that, and we're not being reactive, we're being much more proactive. But we do have this brand new line that we've introduced that I'm so excited about, because as you've heard us talk before, our heart is to return things back to the natural order, right? The way that God originally intended it to be a part of the restoration of creation. And we do that by providing the proper nutrition and the proper support from the inside out, right? Eating the proper foods, getting the proper nutrition and supplements to help the body from the inside out. But there are so many people that are dealing with conditions that are expressing themselves on the outside, with the rashes and the eczema and the, soreness and stiffness and pain. There's just so many different things that are affecting us from the outside in. And while the immune system can address it, we've just introduced a new line to be able to complement that. And it's natural support that actually helps from the outside in. So we have a Body Balm Plus that's deeply hydrating, has the reishi mushroom extract. And we have a relief cream that's deeply penetrating, using micro water technology, that has the reishi mushroom and the shiitake mushroom in it, which help to bring relief in so many different ways. And then we also have our Beauty and Longevity Gel, which is aloe vera, as well as so many other, like all of these have incredible botanicals and just all these natural ingredients. But that gel features the reishi, the shiitake, and the maitake mushroom, all known for the aging process and how it helps in the aging process, and it helps the body's inflammation response. It helps the body's response to oxidative stress. So this Beauty and Longevity Gel can be used both topically and you ingest it. You just mix it in with a smoothie every day. It's food grade. It's just a natural food. And it's doing incredible things for DNA repair, for nourishment with all the minerals. And so we're just so blessed and grateful that God, everything that we've done has been inspired. It's all these ideas have come to us from God, and we've just responded and been obedient and done what we're supposed to do. And God has blessed those now that are able to use these products. It's been the biggest blessing to see the relief, to see the changes in both pets and people once they have that support from the inside out, and now from the outside in as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Before I go to Chris in a second, do you have these products out currently or anything that you can show today?
I have two with me right now. I have the Body Balm Plus, which is with me right now.
Okay.
This is a balm. It just has a couple of ingredients: shea butter, arrowroot powder, coconut oil, calendula oil, and the reishi mushroom extract. Of course, all of our products are natural, whole, nothing synthetic or artificial, no fragrances, parabens, nothing in them. It's all just natural foods, things that grow abundantly. And so it's safe for both pets and people. And then we also have this relief cream, and this is really important right now. There are so many people suffering unnecessarily with all different types of pain in their body, soreness, stiffness, inflammation, and this with its blend of essential oils and adaptogenic mushroom and just all of the MSM, colloidal silver. I could go on of all the ingredients that are in there that all work together in a synergy. And Jon, we have a gentleman with rheumatoid arthritis that can't close his hands. He can't button his pants. He can't tie his shoes. He can't write with a pen. He can't close his hands at all. And he put this relief cream on, and within about 10 minutes, he was able to make a fist with both hands. He got the range of motion back in his hands. We have a lady that had a meniscus tear in her knee, and it just constantly throbbing, and she couldn't get into a comfortable position no matter what she did. Resting, sitting, it's constantly throbbing. And she put the relief cream on, and again, within about 15 minutes, the throbbing dissipated. 10 hours later, she called me, and it's still no throbbing, still relief. And we had another lady that has just recently been in a car accident, and she got whiplash. So she was in a lot of pain in her neck and her shoulders. She rubbed that relief cream on, and for her, it only took about a minute or two. And she felt that tension lift off, and she just felt all the whole area just loosen up. And she was moving her neck around, and she could hear it popping. That's how much tension and stiffness there was. And it was just like everything was opening up and releasing. And that's just a few. That's just a couple of the stories of what's been happening when the body just has the natural support that it needs. It's incredible what it's able to do, and it has ingredients that it knows how to metabolize. It knows how to use them because it's natural. A lot of the stuff that we put onto our skin and into our body, it's so synthetic and artificial. Our body's trying to get it out and off of us as fast as we're putting it in and onto us. So it actually knows how to use these ingredients because they're intentional and they're conscious, and it knows what to do with them when it is introduced to it.
Wow, that's highly impressive to say the least. Chris, you want to chime in any of this?
Sure. Yeah. In the fall we're more active, it seems, whether we're on the go more or we're doing sports or taking our kids but it seems like we're more active. And, the one thing that I'm going to talk about that's on my heart is that this doesn't cure, mediate, or prevent anything happening to you, right? It doesn't prevent you from getting cancer. If you have cancer, you're not going to take a couple of these pills and 3 months later, boom, not have it anymore. And the reason I want to talk about that is because I got a testimonial from a gentleman that's on my podcast last year. He has faithfully been taking the mushrooms for 1 year. Now, let me tell you what has happened to him, his pet, and also somebody else close to him. This is very important. But he's been taking it religiously every day, like I told him, for a year. Massive improvements. That was the text, right? So when you see that on your phone, you can't wait to open that up. It's been 1 year, and this is the biggest thing. I plan on continuing my mushroom regimen. I'm in remission of cancer, right? I still take it. I still take more. Why? Because I don't want to have it again, ever. Because I know when it comes back with a vengeance, right? So he had 2 issues when he called me. He had a bruised tailbone from a slip and fall. Guys, he slipped, he fell on concrete, on ice. The pain is in his tailbone is gone within 3 to 6 months. How about that? The inflammation that Kristen just talked about, right? When you have a bruise, that is inflammation, okay? He was not able to flex his foot. Now, almost a year later, it's almost full flex. This is without any other treatment, guys. Now, as part of that fall, his right shoulder jammed, bracing his fall. Makes sense, right? So bad, he couldn't even do the breaststroke swimming. That's a routine he does every day, okay? Couldn't do push-ups that he would do in his workout. They were on his knees, but he would change like his hand positions to hit different areas of his chest. Now, a year later, I can swim with good technique and hard HIIT. People that work out, we know what that is. Push-ups on knees are strong, maybe almost 100%. He said, I could tell by journaling. And listen to what he said. He journaled all this. This was so important to him. He journaled it. He wrote it down. He saw an improvement every week. Every week. Even if he said it was slightly. He goes, I could tell based on my exercise routines and whether I could do them or not, or how many reps. Right? So then he increased the dosage. He thought, well, maybe this worked. Maybe it'll work faster. Maybe it'll work, I'll get stronger. And he was very pleased at that. Now, what he did is he purchased some for his kids' vets to try. Okay? So now this is his children's veterinarian to try. He purchased it and gave it to him. One of his daughters is a vet tech. Kristen, you're going to love this. One of her older cats had cancer, confirmed by x-rays at her job. She gave her cat the amount based on weight that we're told. After a short period of time, she was told that she brought the cat in for x-rays, and what do you know? I got a call from her screaming. She gave me the good news. The cat is still living to this day, cancer-free. This is unbelievable. And the reason I bring this up is because I don't want people to think that this is a wonder pill. This is a wonder capsule. Kristen's been doing this a lot longer than me. I've been doing this 2 years as the national vice president of the company. And what I can tell you is it works. That's all. Pet Club 247, it works. How many things out there do you take and put in your body, in your precious temple, because you only have one, right, that you have to protect, and watch what goes in, right? Can you say works after 2 years? Not many. Not many. But even still, that's why I tell people, if this didn't work, you wouldn't see me with Kristen anymore.
Yeah, simple as that. Absolutely right. Thanks, Chris, for that. Now I'm going to show a couple of bottles that I'm taking at present. I'll have you both talk about that, the Infuse Plus. And of course, let's make sure I can get this here, the Enforce Clarity. So that pops up. There it is, a little bit better. So hopefully you can see that. Thank you, Kristen. And I'll just have you both talk about that briefly and how those products kind of marry well together.
Go ahead, you go first, Kristen.
Be the Vanna. So we have our core mushroom that we talk about. That's so important that every pet, every person, every day should be taking this mushroom. It's called the Coriolus versicolor mushroom, and that's what's in this green bottle here. All of our pet products that for immune support all have the Coriolus versicolor mushroom in it. This is incredibly important because your immune system is the most important system in your entire body. It repairs, it rebuilds, it regulates, it rebalances, it resolves everything that's happening inside of the body. So every pet, every person, every day should at least be getting this food into their system. Now, we're very blessed, like I said, God has given us a pure and potent strain that only we have, and we've perfected the extraction process while it's at its mycelial phase. So it has all those bioactive components that really help to modulate the immune system, which is really important. So that's why, like Chris said, over 90% of the time for dogs, cats, horses, people, we're just getting back these incredible stories of turnarounds and what people are noticing and just all these positive reports. It's really a blessing to be a part of. I'm so grateful for it. So everyone every day should be eating this mushroom. It's no different from eating a mushroom on a salad. It's just a whole food, doesn't interact with any medications or treatments. You can't get addicted. You can't overdose. There aren't any side effects. So it's just a power food, or a superfood as people call it now. Now, there are some complementary mushrooms like what you were alluding to that actually work together with the Coriolis versicolor mushroom in a synergy. So people that have specific concerns can take a more targeted approach, and it helps to accelerate their progress. So one of those is the reishi mushroom, which is found in our Enforce Plus. And this has Coriolis versicolor mushroom and a little bit of the reishi. And the reishi mushroom is great for adrenal support. It helps the body to regulate blood pressure levels, blood sugar levels, cholesterol levels. It's an alkalinizing mushroom, so it helps maintain a more alkalinic environment for your body. The Enforce Plus is really helpful, especially for people that have like chronic inflammation. I always recommend the Enforce Plus because of the alkalinizing properties of it. Now, another supporting mushroom is the Enforce Clarity. This is the lion's mane mushroom in the blue bottle. And the lion's mane mushroom, there are so many studies done on how it provides nerve and brain support. And so especially look up the studies on how the lion's mane mushroom has impacted Parkinson's and neuropathy and depression, anxiety, dementia, Alzheimer's, even seizures. There are so many studies on the lion's mane mushrooms that are coming out, clinical published studies. So I always encourage people, give this a try. It's also really helpful for maintaining a healthy weight. As people that struggle with that, it can be really, really helpful for that. Now, another one that's really important right now that's a good complementary mushroom is the maitake mushroom. We have that available in our Enforce Restore. And the maitake mushroom is very helpful for liver and pancreas support. We all know there's an attack on the immune system. We all know there's a toxic overload that's being dumped on all of us. The foods that we eat, the air that we breathe, the water we drink, all of the products that we put onto our skin and our hair, all of that's going into our body, and it's artificial and synthetic, and our body's constantly trying to detox and get all those toxins out, and it's really overwhelming the liver. So that's why the maitake mushroom is really important right now, to give the liver that extra support to be able to detox the body more effectively. And then the other complementary mushroom that we have is the shiitake mushroom, which is in the Enforce Shield, the orange bottle. I love this mushroom. It's so great for cardiovascular support. It's a great source of natural vitamin D, rich in antioxidants, especially with the season that we're going into. It really helps to promote the viral response in your body, as there are viruses all around us all the time. And so if we can promote a better response to that with the shiitake mushroom, it's much more beneficial for all of us. And what's really great, especially about the reishi and the shiitake and the maitake mushroom, is and the reason why they're in our Myco-V line, which was the line I was talking to you earlier about, is their ability to help the bodies age more gracefully. There are so many, like, just look it up again. There are so many studies that I could go on and on about how it helps the body to age more gracefully and how it promotes longevity in the body. And so I tell people all the time, I'm almost 44 years old, and I feel like I'm 23. Like, I feel better than I did when I was 23, to be honest. Like, I was still dealing with a little tiredness and soreness here and there. I feel good every single day, but I'm taking these complementary mushrooms, and like, it's part of my food. It's the food that I eat every single day, and it has made such a big difference in my life. So we always encourage people, regardless of what you're experiencing, you can't take too much of this, the green one, the Coriolis versicolor mushroom. You can't overdose. You can't get addicted. There are no side effects. It doesn't interact with any medications or treatments. So your immune system is very important. There's a recommended amount based off of your weight. But if you're dealing with something like when I had my autoimmune marker that was present, I took 3 times that amount. I took 6 of these a day as my body was rebalancing itself. And then once it was rebalanced, then I just went down to the normal amount of 2 a day. Now, if you're dealing with something more serious, like what Chris had to fight back, Chris is such a warrior. And I could sit here and tell you stories all day long and what the researchers are finding, but nothing moves you like the experience of a warrior like Chris, who dealt with it face to face and fought it and won. He was taking 4 to 5 times that recommended amount just while he was dealing with that. And then as his body resolved what was happening, then he went down to the normal amount. So we always encourage people, for your pets or for yourself, if you're dealing with something, you can't take too much. As a matter of fact, in the beginning, especially in those first 30 days, the more that you take, the better, because it will give that body the support. It's so compromised and the immune system's so weakened. It just needs that extra food. It just needs that little extra bit to fuel it so it can do what it wants to do, what's intelligently designed to do, but it's just so weak it can't function optimally. And that's what these foods do, gives it the support that it needs.
Yep, I love that, Kristen. And I want to tell people to be proactive, not reactive. Reactive, it's too late. You're caught up in the storm. You're not going to make sound judgment choices, right? Because you're so caught up in the wave, right? You're scared, you're nervous, you're upset, you have all these emotions coming in, and you don't know how to handle it. I know I went through it. When I was diagnosed 2 years ago with stage 3 head and neck cancer, to hear that, I'm like, what? You talking to me? Like, who's talking to me? Like, but you have to get away from that. You have to say, okay, you know what? I'm gonna be proactive. This is what I'm gonna do. And immediately started taking those mushrooms. But I tell people now, it's the fall, sit down, have a cup of coffee. Mushroom coffee. What? What? Yes, mushroom coffee.
So good.
I sent this to John in his care package when we first talked about getting on board. And I told him about it and I raved about it. It is unbelievable. For people that don't like to take capsules, or they say, you know what, Chris, I'm healthy, but I love my coffee. You will never love coffee until you try our coffee. And Chris, we have the Christmas one, right? The cinnamon blueberry. I'm telling you now, you heard it from me. Get the cinnamon blueberry snowy coffee. It will sell out. I'm buying 5 this week. So I'm telling you right now, it will sell out. Once it sells out, yeah,
I'm saving that for the holidays specifically.
yeah, once you won't have time. It'll be sold out by then. Because I buy 5 a month from now. I learned.
No, I'm going to be ordering more. I'm saying I'm just waiting to try this flavor until then.
Oh, don't wait. No. Listen, if Jesus said, hey, John, come here. I'm going to give you a secret pass to heaven right now. Go ahead. Sneak a peek. What do you got? No, I'll wait.
Let me think about it. Understood. One thing I did want to ask you both about the coffee, since we're talking about it, and I have a testimony to share with you both as well to add to the party. I think one of the stigmas people have about mushroom coffee is, oh, I'm going to taste the mushrooms. I'm going to know that it's not real coffee, but that's not the case with this. And I have a very sensitive palate, like overly sensitive. I smell things that are good and things that not so good. So I would be looking for it, and I didn't taste it in the cookies. I don't taste it in the coffee or anything. How are you able to blend this in such a way legitimately that it tastes like real coffee and there's no hint of any mushroom really?
There are a couple different reasons why you're having that experience. Number one, a lot of the coffee that's being used is not quality coffee. Like, we go through all of the necessary steps to make sure that everything we have is pure and natural and organic. Our coffee is SQF level 2 certified. It's free of any contaminants. There are no insecticides, no pesticides, no mycotoxins, no molds. Did you know that coffee that goes to other countries, when they test it, if they find mold in it, they reject it? And those manufacturers send the rejected coffee to the United States because we'll accept it and we'll actually sell it. And so that's what a lot of times we're tasting. It's not the coffee itself, it's all the chemicals and the garbage and the molds and the mycotoxin and all the bugs and sticks and stones that are in the coffee
Mm.
because it's not regulated and it's not pure and clean and organic. And so, number one, we use quality coffee that's certified on a gajillion different levels. You can go on the website and see all the long list of things. I won't bore you with all the four-letter things that it has. But but on top of that, most of the mushroom coffee that you get today is it's instant. It's like a comes in a little bag and you pour it, you just mix the hot water and it's just like an instant coffee. That's not fresh. Ours is freshly ground and roasted within a week of you ordering it. That's how fresh it is. That's why it's so palatable and smooth and soft and it doesn't have that abrasive flavor to it. Is because it's fresh coffee. And then, of course, most importantly, the mushroom that we extract, or our mushroom extract, is so pure. You will not find a more pure extract. The way we do it is proprietary to us and it's mycelial phase. We test it 3 times. We have a certificate of analysis, 3 different certificates of analysis on every single batch of our mushroom extract, every stage of the process that show its purity and display its purity. And so when you drink this mushroom coffee, you're drinking pure coffee. You're drinking pure mushrooms. You're not tasting all of the fillers and the junk that's being added and the time that it's been sitting on shelves, who knows, a year, 2 years from the time that it's made to the time that you get it. We don't even know how long that is. So that's why there's such a difference. I have a lady that told me she was drinking a mushroom coffee and she knew it was healthy for her. So she drank it every day, but she told me I have to plug my nose. She would
Mhm.
sit there and plug her nose and drink her coffee because she knew it was healthy, but she hated the taste of it. And she was so relieved, number one, when she smelled ours. She's like, this smells like coffee. Yeah, you could smell it in the box before you even open the box. You can smell it. And then secondly, just the flavor and the smoothness of it. She was blown away by it. But I mean, I don't, anybody watching this, I know people that are selling things, they're always going to tell you that their thing is the best. They're supposed to, right? Like, of course, ours is the best of the best, but ours really is. Like,
I know.
I'm like, no, you just got to try it. Like, I promise you won't be disappointed if you just give it a try. There's a 30-day money back guarantee, so there's no risk, but we don't want to keep you from having this most amazing coffee experience you'll ever have.
Anything you want to add, Chris?
Yeah, I mean, she hit it out of the park. The only thing I would say is Coriolis versicolor has a sweetness to it, if you would, right? So the purity that Kristen's talking about, the more pure it is, the sweeter then that mushroom is going to be. And then we accidentally gave you decaf, right?
Yep.
And I told you about that. I'm like, oh, this is cold filtered. There's no chemicals. And
Mhm.
you're like, what? I go, yeah, when they take out the caffeine from coffee, they use chemicals. People
Right.
don't realize that. We don't. In our decaf, it's cold filtered and we
Mhm.
don't use any chemicals. So for people that like the taste of coffee, I never understand this, but can't have caffeine,
That's me.
we can help you, right? So I think that's huge too. Is that's why it tastes so good, is the purity. And as you said, 1 week after you order it, it's in a bag on its way to you. And when you open up that bag, John, it's like, oh, you
That was one of the
smell it.
first things I told you when I tried it.
Yeah, you smell it. Like it's not, I dare you go open up Starbucks or any, no. You open ours, you can smell that freshness
Mhm.
jumping out.
What's
So,
so interesting about adding the Coriolis versicolor mushroom to it is normally when you drink coffee, it gives you like that jittery feeling.
mhm.
Yeah, I was gonna
Feel like
say.
a jittery, like there's a strobe light going on all around you. And also the acidity, right? Especially if you have multiple cups. Like the
Mhm.
average person drinks 3 cups a day. And the more you have, you just kind of feel that acidity in your stomach. And you don't feel that with the Coriolis Creek coffee. You don't get that crazy
No.
feeling. You don't get that like kind of disconnect with your mind. You don't get that acidic feeling. It's more alkalinic. So it's so interesting and it not only tastes good, but you actually feel better when you're drinking it.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
don't get the heart palpitations. You really don't. And the other thing too is what I love about it is, for people that say, "Oh, well, I like cookies or I like coffee, but do you guys have like a snack? Well, we have cookies, right? And our cookies are, I'm not a cookie person. I must be hungry. That's why I want to talk about coffee and tea. But the cookies, I mean, are unreal. I mean, when you're talking about Belgian chocolate, I mean, and when you eat them, I remember when we had them in Vegas 2 years ago when we launched it. I had 5 packs. No, Kurt and I were like sitting there in the corner like little kids because it's that good. But more importantly, that good for you. It's one thing if it's something tastes good, it's another if it's good for you. And people don't realize about coffee and the effect it has on inflammation.
Mhm.
If you have inflammation, coffee is phenomenal. At least 2 cups a day.
Like putting two superfoods together.
Yeah.
I mean, I just do my 1 cup in the morning. That's all I need, but because I'm naturally pretty energized, but no jitters, no palpitations. It's consistently fresh, but it tastes like it smells, right?
Mhm.
That disconnect that you would get at no disrespect to any stores, but like because it's been sitting around, you don't know the quality of the bean. I know where this is. I know where it's been, and like you said, I know I'm drinking something healthy for me that's having lasting effects. And you hear this a lot with coffee drinkers, and I'm not traditional. I've been drinking coffee for decades, like people. It's probably been the last 5-7 years, but I actually look forward to it when I wake up in the morning. It's yet another thing to look forward to, like because that it gets the day off to the right start when you're doing something that's not only tastes good, but actually, as you said, both of you said, good for you. I want to share with you. Go ahead. I'm sorry, Kristen. Go ahead.
To ask, I know you only drink 1 cup a day, but have you noticed over the last couple of months that you're using a larger and larger mug?
Yes. Yeah. Yeah, I do. I like the larger mugs just because you can fit more of it and I don't have to do as many. So yes. Yeah, absolutely. That's a good observation. Now stop watching me at home, would you? We got a camera in here.
Like a sting moment of me watching you.
I'm like, how does she know
I
that?
clip 247 watching.
I'm like, and I thought I was having to worry about Big Brother. I guess not. I have a whole other problem now. Thanks. You got a product for that?
Worry about here. This might help with paranoia.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Brain support.
Do you have a seclusion mushroom or something? Okay, let me show you a quick
We'll give you
test.
the problem, then the solution.
Yeah, exactly. Chris would find it if he could. He would do it. I want to show you a quick testimony. This is a good friend of mine, Nancy. She's really family at this point. She's going to be my real estate agent in Tennessee. We've known each other a long time, and she's been wonderful and supportive, as I said, family. This is her dog, Bentley. She recently purchased some of the pet food and some of the versicolor mushrooms based on watching the podcast and my recommendation. And this dog means a whole lot to her. Obviously, I'm not sure what the mix is. I think it's some type of poodle. I'm sure somebody watching the audience has a dog like this and be familiar with the breed. But in other way, he's a good little pup. He's been a great supportive companion to her. And he recently came down with some type of stomach virus. He had to go to the vet. He was throwing up the food. He wasn't able to keep it down, and they recommended the typical antibiotics and things like that. But what struck me about this, Kristen and Chris, is that, and you've brought this up before, Kristen, and I think it's a valid point to the testimony. Half the battle with these pets, from what I understand, is getting them to eat the food. And her first comment to me is he absolutely loves the food. Like there's no issues with him just ingesting it. And so, that's good. Now he's only been taking it for the last couple of weeks. So, I mean, every pet, I guess, is different in terms of the results. But you and I talked about this, Kristen, offline before we came on today, that it might be an interference with the antibiotic coupled with the food. So if Nancy's watching, other people are watching who are either trying the food or thinking about trying the food for their pets, what do you recommend? I know you're not a vet and stuff like that, but you're one of the owners of the company, so you have some skin in the game. What do you recommend to people who have pets who maybe are at a dilemma with the food and the vet saying, take the antibiotic? How do you weigh all that out?
Well, I'm not a veterinarian, but I am certified in pet nutrition. And so, what I always recommend, especially if your pet is on antibiotics, our canned food and our kibble both have prebiotics and probiotics in them. So, that is very, very good because while those antibiotics are flushing out all that bad bacteria, it's also flushing out all that good bacteria. And it can take 2 to 3 years for that flora to regrow and for that microbiome, for the gut microbiome to rebalance. So it's really good that as quickly as it's wiping it out, we can replenish it with the good bacteria to help it rebalance itself. So I always recommend after taking an antibiotic, wait to feed them at least 30 minutes to an hour after they've had their antibiotic. Wait to feed them the food. So that way the antibiotic will do what it's supposed to do, flush out what it's supposed to flush out, and then we can replenish it with the good food and with the good bacteria that's going to help it rebalance itself. And unfortunately, especially in our pets, even in people, I'm seeing it more and more that the regular round of antibiotics isn't cutting it. And then they have to do a second round of a more aggressive and a more powerful antibiotic. And then like a year later, this pup's been on antibiotics for a whole year and their digestive system's just a wreck. And so in response to that, of course, I always say, you know what, while these outside things are great, nothing knows better than the immune system. Your immune system knows what's wrong. It knows what's out of balance. It knows it has all of the components that it needs to get that bad stuff out itself: worms, parasites, viruses, infections, whatever it may be, anything foreign, even the cancer cells. It knows how to eliminate those. It's just so weak. So make sure that you're getting that Coriolis versicolor mushroom into their system every single day to help the immune system do what it needs to do, because the immune system's not guessing. Our doctor a lot of times is guessing. Our veterinarian is guessing. We're guessing. Based off of our knowledge and our experience, we think it might be this, and we think this might be the best response. It's all just educated guessing. But the immune system is not guessing. It knows. It knows exactly what to do. So if we feed that, it will go to the source of whatever's creating this in the first place. It will resolve it there, and then we can watch many of the other symptoms and things resolve. So first and foremost, get that mushroom into the system.
Great. Thanks, Kristen. I appreciate it. So as we close up with the podcast today, I'm going to give you folks the floor, and then I'll talk about my link in the description at the end. So ladies, please first.
Well, I've talked so much today. And I appreciate you, Jon, just for being who you are and for being a contributor. We talked about this earlier. There are two types of people in this world. There are consumers and there are contributors. And the consumers want to try to control everything, but it's the contributors who are actually building something special. It's the contributors that are actually solving the problems and bringing the solutions, which is what you're doing. So first, I want to thank you for just being who you are. Thank you for being a contributor. Thank you for being an incredible leader of this community that is being built, that's inspired by you and your obedience and taking action and doing something, and not just sitting around waiting for other people to fix everything, but actually jumping in the game and being a part of the solution. So I want to thank you. And also, Chris, every time I see you, I just get so emotional every time I see your face, because I remember that first conversation and I remember the fear and the uncertainty, and there's so many different things. What do I do? And to see what God has done in your life and to see who you're becoming and what God is doing through you, it's just so incredibly inspiring. So I also want to thank you for your obedience. And you could have very easily recovered the way that you did and just went and lived your life, but no, you're fighting. You're a voice. Like, you're jumping out there and putting yourself on the line and saying, look, if I can do it, you can too. If God did this for me, God can do it for you too. And so I just want you both to know how much I appreciate you. And thank you so much for allowing me to be a part of your journeys.
Yeah.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
Jon, thank you so much for having us both on. And, first and foremost, believing in me and believing in the product and believing take a chance. Faith. Faith without action is nothing. It's a thought, right? Yeah. And so, and then you tried it. And once you tried it, you just said, hey, c'est la vie. I'm good. I'll just buy it. But no, you decided to step up and be a voice as well and to be a servant. And the lives that you're going to change from that day forward and the blessings that are going to be bestowed upon you, you have no idea. Kristen, when I met Kristen, my sister, and Kurt, I was so overwhelmed and I just wanted to spend 30 minutes with them. That was it. And when I found out how sweet they were and of the Lord, I sat there for 4 hours and was just engulfed in conversation with them and knew that they were going to be in my life forever. Like when you meet someone, God puts you in your life for a reason and a season. It could be a minute, an hour, a day, a week, a month, a year, or forever. We don't know. But they put these people and Pet Club 247 in my life forever. I was looking for a home. I was looking for something where I could be a difference maker, where I could be a voice, where I could be bold as I want to be, huh, Kristen, right? And thank you so much for that, Kristen. And thank you for allowing me to be bold and being myself, right? And just getting that voice out. And I would tell people, look, life's about choices, right? That's all it is. You wake up in the morning, that's the only choice you don't have. You don't have that choice. God has that choice, right? But from the time that you wake up in the morning, you are faced with choices all day long. Do I want to make myself a better person just a little bit each and every day? And how can I be a servant? How can I be someone that can make this a better world to live in? Don't just point the finger at people. Be that choice, be that decision, be that change that you want to see out there. But it starts with you.
Absolutely. And thank you both for providing a platform as well for people. I'm just a conduit that works through it. I mean, we're all bond servants if we choose to be. And like you said, Chris, life is about choices. Ultimately, this isn't about selling stuff and money. This is about providing something that's actually going to help people. If it doesn't help people, it doesn't matter what you hawk at them, because it's like you said, Christian, everybody who sells their products should fundamentally and wholly believe that their stuff is the best. If they don't, what's the point? But it's more about the substance than the hype. And my experience in my brief time with you both is it's been substantive. I would have told you, Chris, if I didn't like the products, I would have told you right then and there, and you would have taken it personally because you're divorced from that. So if I put my name behind something, it's because I use it and I believe in it. And so, for folks, if whatever that means for you in this community, that's why we stand behind the products. And I love the ethos of the company, as the Christian tenets that are practiced throughout. Like when the mistake inadvertently happened with the coffee, you just sent me a new thing. You didn't try to spin it or defend it, or you handled it. Kurt handled it, Kristen, a few times ago with something else, and you guys corrected an order and you made it right. You took accountability, and that's part of integrity. And it's nice to be a part of a company that is integrable and honorable and aligns with your core values. You always hear that in corporations, but in truth, that's really for me what it's about. So thank you both for that. So folks, if you're interested in perusing these products, and we humbly recommend them, we'll leave the link in the description below this video so you can see my link there, JD Music. You can check it out. As Kristen said, the products come back with a 30-day money-back guarantee. So far, the consensus from people is they seem to really like the products. And I'm going to be watching Nancy with her dog Bentley here closely. I'll give her that suggestion with the antibiotics, Kristen, that you did, and see if that helps. So Kristen Ludlow, one of the CEOs of Pet Club, Chris Eriks, one of the corporate VPs for the company. Thank you both for joining us on the podcast today. God bless you both. Thank you so much for your time. We'll look forward to seeing you again in the near future.
Have a blessed day.
You too.